Right, strap in, because what I've got for you today is pure dynamite from paradise. Adam Idah's being backed despite the groans. Pep Guardiola's just handed Brendan Rodgers the biggest green light you'll ever hear on Simpson-Pusey. And there's one striker who could solve our number 9 problem for good. Stay with me till the end, hit subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. This could be the video that changes how you see our whole transfer window. Right, let's no dance around it. Adam Idah's getting it tight just now. After that narrow 1-0 against St. Mirren, the Knives were out faster than a Sevco supporter, changing allegiance at half-time, started up top, had the chances and didn't take them. Hit the post once, passed up 2 headers, and barely sniffed the ball inside the box. Only 8 touches in dangerous areas, to be exact, 9 million quid, and you're expecting a killer, a lad who buries one of those and shuts the game down early. But instead, what we got was frustration. From you, from me, from everyone wearing green. But here's where it gets interesting. Charlie Mulgrew's come out and backed him, says he was fine, called him unlucky, reckons the goals will come. And Brendan, still singing the same tune, praises his movement, his strength, the dirty work, says it'll click soon. Look, I get it. Not every striker's banging hat tricks every weekend. Some build their game differently, and maybe Idah is working his socks off. Maybe he's doing all the invisible stuff, but here's the thing. At Celtic, you don't get forever to prove yourself. No, when you're costing 9 million and starting every week. This isn't development football. This is a club built on goals, silverware, and pressure. Aberdeen at Pittodrie is up next. And if he blanks again, if he's invisible again, you know what's coming. Folk calling for Goin or begging for a striker with a bit of fire in the boots. That's just how it works at a club our size. So here's what I want to know from you. Is Idah just unlucky and on the verge of clicking? Or are we watching a player who's already proven he's not cut out to lead the line at Celtic? Should Brendan be showing faith or showing him the bench? Hit like, smash that subscribe, and let's make sure this video lands in front of every Celtic daft mate you've got. Here's one that'll warm the green heart a bit and make you sit up and think about what we've just pulled off. Jahmai Simpson-Pusey, 19 years old, straight out of the Etihad, and trusted by none other than Pep Guardiola himself. That Pep, the bold Brendan Rodgers, now has a centre-back in his ranks that the best manager in world football believes is destined for the top. Let's rewind. Pep threw this lad into a Premier League match against Brighton, started him in the Champions League against Sporting, and came out after the loss saying he was a bright spot. Imagine that. While the rest of City were stuttering, Simpson-Pusey stood firm beside Josko Gvardiol and Kyle Walker, didn't hide, didn't flinch, and earned a proper public pat on the back. And now he's in Glasgow, at Paradise, here to continue his footballing education, and Brendan made it crystal clear why. He's no just a body. He's got pace, he defends first, and he can play. And let's be honest, that's key for us. At Celtic, you need to build from the back. No hoofing it into row Z like a certain goin mob does on a weekly basis. Brendan said it himself. Pep's trust made this an easy decision. And when Guardiola says you're unbelievable, you're probably doing all right. So let me ask you this, and you tell me straight. Has Simpson-Pusey just walked into paradise as the real deal? Or will the pressure of Celtic, the weight of that shirt, and the glare of Europe be too much for a 19-year-old to handle? Is this a lone masterstroke, or another gamble on potential when we need ready-made warriors? Hit like, smash that subscribe, and let's make sure this video lands in front of every Celtic daft mate you've got. Here's one for you. Yusuf Arabi. You remember the name from January, don't you? Well, maybe it's time we finally stop flirting and just bring the lad in, because let's be honest, the Idah debate's turning into a broken record in paradise. Now look, Arabi's no coming in with a Haaland-esque goal tally, 29 in 93 for Hammarby, but numbers on the surface never tell the full tale. This boy's 22, Sweden under-21 international, and he's described by scouts as powerful and prolific. And it's his stats this season that should be making Brendan Rodgers sit up in that Lennoxtown office and take notice. The lad's bagged 12 goals from 10.68 XG. That's what you want. Someone who outperforms their chances. Compare that to Idah, who's sitting on 13 goals from 14.66 XG. The difference is crystal clear. One's taking his chances, the other's leaving us sweating in the stands. And it's not just about goals. Arabi's got the strength and mobility to bully defenders, beat a man off the dribble, and win free kicks when needed. The stats back it. More successful dribbles, more fouls won, more presence. Idah's got the frame, sure, but Arabi looks the more complete modern number 9. He wouldn't just be a signing, he'd be a statement. At £4 million, you're getting value, future resale potential, and a player who's ready to explode in a system like ours that creates chances for fun. Stick him in front of Hatate, Kalmak, and maybe even Broom if he arrives, and you've got a recipe for goals. So here's the shout. And is it finally time to stop waiting on Idah to become the striker we hoped he'd be, and instead go sign the one who's already proven he can finish? Would signing Arabi be a smart move? Or would it just cause more noise in a front line already full of questions? Hit like, smash that subscribe, and let's make sure this video lands in front of every Celtic daft mate you've got.